Good morning, optimizers. Today we're going to talk about my journey with stimulants. You're probably here because you've either got a stimulant dependency that you're trying to get shot of, or you're in a situation where you're looking at what stimulants you should potentially add to your arsenal. Now, a quick disclaimer here, I don't think stimulants are inherently bad. I think they can be bad depending on what you're pairing them with in your life. So let's go and take a trip down memory lane here. At one point, I had a serious stimulant dependency, right? We could see in this draw, we've got all the way from the 2 dot to the 5 dot. And the reality is, guys, I never smoked 40 cigarettes a day. So it's quite unlikely I'm going to need a 5 dot. Right, it just come from a point in my life where I was like, I need stronger stimulants because I want more output. I was like, I can just shortcut my way to feel great, to output great, to be great. Yeah, that's not a great place to be. So they're not inherently bad, but we do have to use them with intention and we have to be aware about what is happening here. So a small look back here. This is what I learned 3 to 4 months ago. I was going through some pretty bad physical symptoms. I was tired. You can see we've got the swollen face, the swollen stomach. I was doubting myself. It was really not a great place in my life. And it would literally start by waking up about 6 a.m. in the morning. I would have to have a coffee straight away to get the engine going. Another 30 minutes later, it would be another coffee, another coffee, another coffee, onto the African sugars. By about 1 or 2 p.m., I'm absolutely burnt out. I'm starting to doubt myself. My mental health is declining. It's a really rough place to be, guys. The crashes were brutal, and it was like I was stuck in this repetitive cycle of borrowing energy, and having to start up the motor with something artificial every day. This made me think, it made me go back to the drawing board. I analyzed everything I do in my life because we want to be optimal here. There has to be a better way to implement these stimulants into my diet. That's when I realized it comes down to a real source of energy. What actually gives us energy, right? Sleep, exercise, etc. Time away, time to rethink, time to revitalize. Sure. How do you do that? Well, it all comes from a sustainable energy source, which is a proper diet. Food is literally what makes your body repair, grow, evolve. You cannot function without nourishing yourself. So I stopped looking at food as just protein, carbs, and fats. We'll get into that a bit more later. Food is not just that, right? Food is niacin, B12, vitamin C, D3, potassium, magnesium, sodium, vitamin A. It's a lot deeper than just protein, carbs, and fats. When people look at food like that, they're doing themselves a massive disservice. They're not going to be feeling optimal. They're not going to be acting optimal. Their output's not going to be great. They're not going to be living optimal. They're not being optimal people, right? This was me. That's why I'm saying it. This was me. These are my reflections from 3 to 4 months ago. I'm glad we got it fixed. Let's talk about how. So, stimulants like coffee, nicotine, they sort of provide you short lived artificial energy boosts, right? Through chemical reactions affecting your hormones. But we all know that phrase what goes up must come down. Food does not come down, right? Food gives you sustainable energy through digestion and absorption. But I say food doesn't make you calm down. Good food doesn't make you calm down. It sustains you and supports you. So you're going to have a lasting impact with the nutrition that you choose to put into your body. So get your real energy from food. It's going to sustain you, nourish you, make you feel great. Your output's going to be great as a result. Everything gets better with good nutrition. So this is what I learned. I started to focus on nutritional content, not just protein, carbs, and fats. Because if you just look at a label and it says 20 grams of fat, 30 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, yeah, that's great. But what actually is the protein, carbs, and fats in that? Is the fats coconut oil or is it canola oil? They're both fats, but we both know that they affect your body and how your body digests them very differently, right? Canola oil, very inflammatory. Coconut oil, very bioavailable, very nutritious, can get stuff done. The same with soy versus steak. We know soy is estrogenic. We know steak is a superfood full of nutrition. You could literally sustain yourself just eating steak, right? So don't pay attention to labels. I mean, they're great for a guide to roughly know, but the chances are if there's a label on there, there's probably some sort of additives on there that are going to have a negative impact on your health. Now, this might sound airy-fairy, oh, don't eat artificial food, but it comes down to if you truly want to be optimal, you have to take these things into consideration, because the labels just led me to bad mental health, bad energy levels, bad overall well-being. And I just want to ask you this, guys. Have you ever put the wrong fuel in a car before? What happens? Kaput. It doesn't work. The exact same with biology. Obviously, biology could sustain it for a little bit longer, but you're going to be paying the price, right, with all these things. Do the maths. So we all see on social media, take, for example, 1 meal a day, popular. It might work for some people. It didn't work for me. It was just making me crash. I'd try it for a few days. I'd fall off. You might say it's a discipline problem. I think it was a problem. I didn't have enough time throughout the day to absorb meaningful nutrition. So stop looking at it as protein, carbs, and fats, because it's really a lot more than that. It's not numbers. It's micronutrition. It's down to the small molecular levels, right? What molecules are you putting into your body, and how does your body respond to these molecules? Now, for me, the consequences of not following through with this bad nutrition in pairing with the stimulants, right? You're not supplying your body with the vital nutrition it needs. Again, this affects your mental health, energy levels, overall well-being. Life just gets tough for no reason. You're playing life on legendary mode when it's very unnecessary to do so. You'll doubt yourself, you'll be more emotional, more reactive. Your reality is just not what it could be. Your reality is 10 times worse than it should be. And yeah, it's like playing life on legendary mode. Absolutely pointless. So what exactly did I learn from going through this entire process? Well, good diet and limited stimmy use is the way. If you've got a big event to do, if you've got to stay up all night, which, obviously advise against, try and get your sleep in. But if you have these things, life isn't always perfect. You got to play the cards you're dealt. Use it with caution, use it with intention, and know exactly what you're eating. That is the way that you're going to set yourself up to win. Proper nutrition, absolutely key. A balanced diet is incredibly important. Correctly and continuously use this, you're going to feel great. Output's going to be great. Life's going to be great. You're going to be the man. That's what we want here. Optimal, be the man. Bosh. So rest, revitalization, or else you'll burn out. I used to doubt myself, be frustrated, think I could never get out of the hole I was in. That's because these stimmies were causing me a massive swing. Poor nutrition was causing me a massive swing. My body didn't know what to do with the nutrition. It's a big problem. So proper nutrition here is absolutely key. Your body needs a balanced diet to function correctly, to continuously feel optimal, continuously push what you think is possible, and evolve. That's the whole point of this. Feel optimal and evolve. Obviously, get your rest and revitalization in, or else you'll be burnt out. We need time where we act rough, vigorously, with intention, and we need time to sit back, reflect, and think about the best ways to do things, analyze our behaviors, and see what is going on here. That's what made me realize why I was doubting myself, why I was so frustrated and think I can never get out of this hole I was in, because my body was literally fighting to survive. It was in survival mode. Obviously, we live in quite a fast-paced world where more often than not, you're going to grab something because it's convenient as opposed to does it actually benefit your health. We've got fast food, processed food, sugary drinks, pretty much everywhere we look, right? It's hard to escape. We've got celebrities endorsing them. It's easier to get some fries than a nice steak cooked in some healthy fats, right? And it's probably more cost effective too. You can make it a cost effective, but you just have to put the procedures in place. You know what I mean? Plan ahead a little bit. Because the modern lifestyle is really optimized to cause big problems to men. It causes low testosterone, bad energy, overall doom feeling, right? That's why people walk around feeling like there's a cloud over their head, me included. I used to feel like that until I actually started to look at food for what it is, as a nourishing source, as a source of energy to feel good, as a source of energy to get stuff done and be optimal. So I really am not exaggerating when I say prioritizing my nutrition enhanced my life by over 1,000%. Over 1,000%. I cannot tell you how good the energy is I have now, how I'm able to share this energy with people, how I'm able to inspire people to change, how I changed myself, my family. All of this happened by just looking at the food I eat on a really micro level and using stimulants with intention. So some quick tips here if you're looking to feel more energized, better, optimal. You want to add more eggs. If you can get pasture raised, that means the chickens out there in the field picking at the grass, you know what I mean, eating the little bugs. That's what chickens are supposed to be eating. If they're not pasture raised, they're probably in a cage being fed grain. None of these little bugs and stuff, so that obviously is going to affect the output that they give you. Red meat, fruits, veggies, drink more water, cut back on the processed foods. Where you can, I would opt for the organic option as opposed to the non-organic options. I mean, in some cases, it doesn't have a massive impact. I know avocados off the top of my head, a thick skin on the fruits. The pesticides don't really penetrate the avocado as much. But in a case like potatoes, they're really going to absorb everything because they're in the ground, right? So we can get that in a video soon on the most important organic foods versus non-organic foods to buy. I know Dr. what's his name? Dr. Berg. In some cases, you definitely want the organic version over the non-organic version. And obviously, you don't want that sort of toxicity in your system, man-made chemicals. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. So embrace the balance, guys. Balance is really key here. Enjoy your coffee and stimmies, but just don't rely on them for energy. Focus on a nutritious diet. This will keep you sustained, keep you optimal, keep you happy, keep you chugging in the right direction, and move your body and fuel your body naturally. A well-nourished body leads to an absolutely optimal life in all areas. You'll be able to work harder, think better, be more positive, be a better person to be around, have better ideas, make more money. All of this stuff, guys, all comes down to the micro inputs. So use your stimmies, but make sure you eat a good diet. That's what I learned, at least. Hopefully that helps. If you want to get in touch with me, my Calendly links below. We can get a one-to-one call. Follow me on Instagram, drop me a message. I'm coming soon. We have an Optimize Your Life toolkit. Until next time, optimizers.